Good day and sorry for the delay, teacher. We are Claire Payan and Rocio de la Cruz Aira, and today we are presenting London, a global city, and the Olympic Games. So, we know by fact that London is a global city, which means that it's a worldwide destination. Maybe in culture, maybe in science, but it's a home place for people from all around the world because of the grand amount of ethnicities and different cultures that London and the general UK has. London has also been the place for many events such as festivals, World Cups, and so the Olympic Games, the subject that we will abord now. Today we will be presenting our poster about the Olympic Games that have been hosted in London. The Olympic Games are a worldwide festival event featuring hundreds of different sports and more or less 2,200 countries involved on it. They have been hosted on diverse cities from across the continents like Tokyo, Seoul, New York, and it has been a life goal for thousands of young sportists as well as big goals on their sport career. There are also some subdivisions of the Olympic Games, such as the Olympic and Winter Games. They're held each 2 years, differently from the Olympics. This event dates from back in the 8th century before Jesus Christ in Olympia, in the ancient Greece, and its main sports were the athletics. The first modern Olympic Games were made in 1896 in Athens, again in Greece, the motherland, and from there they are held every 4 years in various places of the world until now. London has been the only city in the UK to host the International Olympic Games, and the first one to host 3 of these events. The Olympic Games have been hosted 3 times in London, first on 1908, on 1948, and then on 2012. Some of the Olympic Games have been boycotted or cancelled due to arguments such as political or social polemics, and of course the 2 world wars, and also the Cold War. And so eventually the ones scheduled for the 1944 were cancelled due to World War II, again in London.
Our poster is composed of 3 different parts. On top, we put some politics,
which are now ex-President Barack Obama of the United States and President Xi Jinping of China.
In the middle, we drew some symbols, and on the bottom of the poster, we represent some sports. So, in the center of our poster, we put the Olympics rings, and above those rings, we drew the flag of the City of London and the 2 presidents. We represented the President of the United States and the President of China due to their constant victories. The US is occupying the first place for their amount of gold medals and victories, then China on the second place, and far to be first, during the recent Olympic Games of 2012. Also, the United States of America were in the podium the 3 times in which the Olympic Games were in London. First place in 1948 and 2012, and second place in 1908. To represent the City of London, we put in the left of the rings the Big Ben and the Fortune Wheel, and on the right we put a double-decker bus. Above the Olympic rings, we drew people doing some of the hundreds of sports that we can see during the Olympic Games. So we have people doing basketball, rhythmic gymnastics, fencing, athletics, and cyclists. We also put a paddle and a badminton racket. The reason we choose those sports is that they are different from each other and because we thought they were more popular than others. We only painted the flag and the Olympics rings to highlight them compared to the rest because the flag is the flag of London, so the city we're studying, and the rings because they're the symbol of the Olympics game. We can conclude that the Olympic Games of 1908, 1948 and 2012 were important for the City of London because in London the Olympic movement is already leaving an important footprint for future generations, and all the reports shows that the legacy goes far beyond the sport venues. So the games, the Olympic Games, will revitalize local sport in the United Kingdom, the next generations.